thermal insulation concept. Thermal insulation, thermal insulation protects us against the transmission of heat. Materials of relative low heat conductivity used to shield the volume against the loss of heat or gaining of heat. This works in the summer, or like it works in the winter as in the summer. So we really, it's a protection against a different temperature. Thermal insulation protects us against a different thermal environment. So that's what we're talking about, like our tongues against the hot sand, our esky to keep something cold or warm, we have both, or our stubby holder that actually keeps our beer colder for longer, except all the condensation runs in there and all the air pores are filled up with water, then the stubby holder is not doing so much. So your first beer might be nicely cool, but then it starts to get warmer and warmer over time. Thermal insulation, why does thermal insulation work? Why does it actually work? What is actually creating that thermal insulation? Is it a thermal insulation material? Is the material itself thermal insulation? Most of the times it's not. It's not the material, but it's the small air pockets and gaps in the material. So the air pockets are creating, or the gas pockets, like normally air. The problem with gas pockets, like we have it in PU foam, is that gas has a higher concentration in the material. And what will happen if there's a higher concentration at one point and a lower concentration at another point? It will dilute, it will move out of that. So your gas pockets become air pockets over time. That's the problem with PU foam and like this gas-filled foam insulations, that the performance over years go down until they fill with air and then they're stabilizing. That's the reason why they're often metally lined on both sides, so that the gas is not escaping as quickly. Just a little insider. Smaller they are, is no air movement possible because they're so small. There is no convection happening any longer. The air is not moving any longer. No convection. Yeah. So what it does, it stops this convection, that movement from one surface to the other surface. The pocket is so small that the air has no space of moving. And that's exactly what happens in the window as well, guys. Yeah, that air pocket between our glazing number 1 and glazing number 2, that pocket in there that we're filling with gas and not with air, that is so narrow that convection can't take place. Yeah, so like a woolly jumper in a cold winter night, it keeps us nice and warm.